Hello my crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and today we're going to be doing some rainbow stamping using some Simon Hurley inks. So I am using the Simon Says Stamp Beautiful Flower stamp set. I absolutely love this stamp set. It was actually, I think, the first kit I ever purchased from them, and I was so excited to get it that I actually bought it twice. Anyways, I am putting this in my Tim Holtz stamp positioning tool because I don't have the big Misty yet. I am waiting for the newer one to come out and it's been postponed, so I've got to make do with this one because it won't fit my mini Misty. We are doing a slimline card and I am taking Bee Sting, and I have inked up the wrong side. I want the rainbow to be to the left of my card to start, and I had inked it up ended up being on the right, so I ended up cleaning that off, re-inking it and stamping it down, and I'm going to work through the rainbow. So you can do any color combination that you want with this. You just kind of use the edge of your ink pad and ink up the next section, and you can use a cloth to kind of wipe away the edges so that they're not so, there's not a straight harsh line there. So that was Traffic Cone that I just put down. I don't know if I told you before, that was Bee Sting, was the red color. Next I'm going to be using Slippery When Wet, and sometimes I had to go through and stamp these a couple of times to make sure that I got the section that I wanted to be crisp. And then I moved on to Later Gator, and for some reason I cleaned off this stamp and I ended up, I don't know if it's a fuzz off of my towel that I was using to clean or something I picked up off the desk, I'm not sure, but I ended up getting little specks of the green ink everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but in the little sections. So it looked like I had splattered it. So in order to fix that, at the end I am going to just go through and splatter the entire thing so that it doesn't look like a mistake. So here's the Later Gator. We're going to get that ink down, wipe off some of those edges. And I do it on both sides so that it kind of has a smooth transition. And then after Later Gator, I am using Clear Skies. Then it's going to be Triple Berry and Rosy Cheeks. Those are the colors that we're using today. I absolutely love Simon Hurley inks, so if you don't have them, I highly recommend them. Brutus Monroe actually started carrying them in the store. I think they've been so popular that some of them are sold out, but I know that they are working on getting some more if they don't have all of the colors right now. I hope everyone's doing great during this very bizarre time in our world. I know for myself, I have been having a difficult time with crafting. I just don't find the inspiration right now to sit down and make videos. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that, but this card came to me last night. I was watching Amy R on her channel, and she did a rainbow coffee card, and for some reason it's not anything like this, it just happened to be a rainbow, and it made me think of rainbow stamping and that this would work well with this stamp set and a slimline card because it is, a pretty big floral image. So that was what my inspiration was. Just came to me suddenly, so I'm hoping that I get some more of that and get out of this kind of crafting funk that I have been in for quite a while now. Just trying to get through the days. I work in a nursing facility, so that's been very stressful. Our residents aren't allowed to see their families right now unless it's through the window or on the phone, so managing all of that and feeling pretty crappy for them. So I am now using the same stamp set to figure out my sentiment. I was going to put it off to an angle, and then I realized, it'll fit if I put it straight. So I'm going to fuss around with where I decide that I want to put this, and I use the love sentiment, and I am going to stamp that using my platform again, using GinaK amalgam ink. And I'm going to stamp that a couple of times. And then once I get it stamped, I am going to cut down my panel because it was a little offset. It just didn't look centered to me, so I wanted to cut it down a little bit. So I'm going to do that, and then I decided to take my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and I used the 1/2-inch side, and I'm going to round all 4 corners on this panel. And then I'm going to take the card base and do the same, and I actually end up cutting down the card base because I had cut my panel to an odd shape. It wasn't, my original card base was 3.5 by 8.5, and I had cut down my panel. I started with a 3.5 by 8.5 panel, but I ended up cutting it down and it was not even all the way around. So I evened that up a little bit. I do round the corners of the card base itself, and And I did splatter in every color on this panel. I don't think we've gotten to that part yet, because I decided that that green dot was really bugging me, so I needed to do something about it. And I also have, I'm using my sand eraser right here because my bar magnet had left a little smudge area on my card panel, so it came off real easy. So I've got that corner rounded, and then I realized there's more on that right hand side than there is on the left hand side, so I'm going to trim that down and re-round those corners. And then I decided it needed some splatter, so I'm just going to take each ink pad, smush it onto my glass media mat, add a little water, and splatter that with a paintbrush. And I got a really fine mist of a splatter, which I really like. So I didn't go through all the colors with you. I'm going to show you one here, and then I took the Fawn liquid stardust and did the same thing. I shook that up really well, put a drop on my glass media mat, spritzed a little water in that to thin it down a little bit, and then put that all over the shimmer that you get with this is just awesome. I absolutely love this. So leave me a comment below of what you do when you get into a crafty funk. What is it that sparks your creativity again? Do you go to Pinterest? Do you go to YouTube? Do you just take a break? How do you manage when you're having a little crafty slump? So I was going to put some foam tape on the back of this, and then decided, oh yeah, that I wasn't patient, because why would I be a patient crafter? I decided to use some liquid glue instead, because I would have messed up all of that liquid stardust that I just put on there because I didn't take the time to make sure it dried. So this is what I'm noticing, that my card base is too big, so I shimmy it all the way to the left to make a frame around the three sides, and then I will cut that down with my guillotine trimmer to make that more even, and then re-round the corners. So I hope that you liked today's project. If you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see on this channel, feel free to drop me a comment below. I hope you, if you're new to my channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe and the notification bell. And as always, I hope that you have a great day.